We'd like to say thank you to our sponsors, Watchman Cigars, Red Hill Brewing, Crave Bath and Body, and the Level Up logo. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Southern Fried Philosophy Podcast, where you're invited to come up on the front porch, have a seat, and sit a spell. We have a great show lined up for you. We are continuing our series on things we love, and this is going to be one of my favorites, I think. Biggun is not with us. He is currently recovering from his food coma sustained overseas. We'll have him back next week, so bear with us this week as we try to drive the boat without him. But helping me with that tonight, we've got our regular crew plus an extra. So we're starting off with Magic Man.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Good. And we have Aaron.
Hello.
And very special guest host, Mr. Jim Purvis.
Hey, y'all. Good to see you.
Awesome. So this week, like I said, we're going to be talking about things we love. And personally, me and Biggun both love food. I think Aaron might join us in that a little bit. Magic Man's credentials are still questionable. So we brought in the bearded home cook to help us out with that. Aaron, can you tell people where they can find us on the webs?
Absolutely. So we got a new and improved website up for you guys at sfpradio.com. Check us out there. You can find all of our social media links on there to our Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, all the things. You can contact us, leave us a 5-star review, say something nice. You can donate to the show, and you can leave us a voicemail.
Yes.
Do we have any more voicemails for you?
We don't have any tonight, but if you leave those there, if it meets the proper credentials, we will play it if it's funny enough. Or if we get bored enough, we'll just run through a bunch of them. We'll run out of things to talk about. We'll listen to you guys leave us messages or something, right?
So leave us a voicemail.
Yeah, voicemail, please. It's fun. Tell us what you think about us. Tell us what you really think about us. How's that?
Do you want to know?
Yeah. So if you, please check out our YouTube channel, Southern Fried Philosophy. We have a video up with Jim. We made some biscuits and gravy, and I have to say they were probably the best biscuits I've ever made, personally. I'm not sure if I told you that.
Pretty spectacular.
It was fun, a lot of fun to do. So please go check that, hit the likes and the bells and whatever else you're supposed to do on YouTube. If you're interested in sponsoring the show, please send us an email at sfpradio@gmail.com. We want to shout out to new listeners from the state of Oklahoma tonight. I think Magic Man has some fun facts about Oklahoma for us.
All right. So, first thing, in Bristow, Oklahoma, it is against the law to serve water to a customer in a restaurant unless one peanut in a shell is also served. The consequences for this serious offense can result into a fine of a big whopping $5. That kind of tells you how old that one's been on the books.
Okay, well, back up. You can't serve water to a customer unless there's a unshelled peanut. Is that what it says?
No, a peanut in a shell. A peanut in a shell.
Okay.
In the glass.
Oh, in the glass. That's insane. Okay. All right. I could just stop and talk about that forever. Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't give specifics, but I love the fine of up to $5.
$5.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right. Okay.
All right. Next one. Sylvan N. Goldman of Humpty Dumpty stores and standard food markets invented the first shopping cart so that people could buy more in a single visit to the grocery store. So pretty much a staple of any shopping experience as far as getting food or whatever. It was invented in 1937 on June the 4th, and he unveiled his creation in Oklahoma City. So there you go with that. All right, and for those of you who are New York Jets fans, you better not be caught with wearing any paraphernalia of your favorite team in Ada, Oklahoma, because you will be jailed or could be jailed.
Jets specifically.
So they don't. Jets specifically, the New York Jets. So I guess they are not Jets fans. Maybe, I don't know, Cowboys or who knows?
Well,
who knows?
There's not even a professional team in Oklahoma, right?
No, the closest ones are what, Texas and Colorado. Yeah.
Wow.
That's kind of cool.
All right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Also, any more?
So, yeah. Well, I've got a couple, three more.
Bring it on.
So this is bring it on. So this is I'm kind of wondering where this one came about because Oklahoma is a landlocked state, but whaling is illegal in the state of Oklahoma. Yeah, where did that come from? I don't know.
Yeah, how does that even?
No, wait a minute.
Exactly.
Whaling, you could be wailing on the side of the road, like crying and wailing and throwing dust and doing,
spelling's important here.
Well, that's this spelling is, so what you're talking about is WAILING. This is WHALING.
Oh my gosh.
Talking about the
giant land
largest mammals on Earth.
That's incredible.
That's right. So I guess if a whale somehow swims its way to Oklahoma, you can't hunt it down. So the next thing is in Ponca City, a tornado once picked up a house with a man and his wife still in it. Though the walls and the roof were blown away, the floor remained intact and eventually glided downward, setting the couple safely back on the ground.
Oh,
interesting. Wow. And you know what's funny is that part where it says blown away, that kind of made me think of that was that Carrie Underwood song Blown Away, and she talks about Oklahoma. Yeah, so I guess there's some truth going on over there.
I think it's safe to say there was no clean underpants among them in that situation.
No, I doubt it. I bet you, both. Yeah. And then finally, in Tulsa, you may not open up a soda bottle without the supervision of a licensed engineer. So let that one sit for a little bit. Yeah.
That's why they drink so much beer.
Wow. That's okay.
There you go.
Good. Those are pretty good. Thank you. Oh, wow. All right. So, wow. How do you follow that, right? So, speaking of, or traveling, I should say, Magic Man, you've been doing a little bit of traveling. How you been doing right now? Where are you guys hanging out?
We are currently in the bustling metropolis of Huntsville, Alabama. We're actually in the southern part of the city on not Mississippi River, on the Tennessee River, wrong state. So what's been interesting this week is, Huntsville is known for being rocket central. It's where they brought a lot of the German rocket scientists from after World War II to the Huntsville area, where they worked on the U.S. space program and kind of like where NASA got its start, et cetera. There's an arsenal like quarter mile from here, I guess. And over the last 3 days, we've been hearing these loud boom, and multiple times, boom, boom. And at first it scared us to death because I was like, are we getting attacked by the Russians, with everything that's going on? So who knows? I guess they're practicing. I don't know. Well, then yesterday, I was on a conference call with work, and all of a sudden the tornado sirens went off, and it was a clear day, nothing, not a cloud in the sky. The tornado sirens went off. I guess they were testing them, but that kind of scared us a little bit.
I don't know if I'd hang out there too long.
This weekend,
y'all need to get out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Driving a tornado magnet.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. This weekend, we're going to go visit the rocket. I forgot what it's called. The Rocket Museum. Where they tell you about all the rockets and stuff. So looking forward to that. And we'll probably go visit some other places.
I'm pretty sure if Biggun was here,
we've been loving the weather
Rocket
here
Man right now. The Trump, North Korea.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
So I've got a question for you guys. Did you ever watch that movie, Space Camp?
I sure did. In fact, I was thinking about that when we were on our way here. Yeah.
So how crazy is it?
It's been a long time.
People, like grown men like us, can go play at this NASA headquarters in Huntsville, Alabama, Space Camp. You pay like $1,200, and you get to act like a preteen child, pretending to push all the buttons and send stuff into space. And I'm not going to lie, I almost did it last summer. Just saying.
Oh.
That's cool.
That's what you do with adult money, right?
Videotape it, put it on next week's episode.
I need to start I've been bad about taking pictures and stuff. Like the weekend before last, we were in the Fort Payne area, and we visited a bunch of falls and very spectacular sights out there. It's a gorgeous area. So I need to do better about taking pictures and videos, etc. So yeah,
awesome. Super cool. So Aaron, how you been doing?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm really good. I was listening to Ryan. I was like, I zoned out for a second. I'm good. This weather is amazing here in North Carolina this week. So I very much enjoyed that. Just, I feel like I'm coming alive. I feel like I'm coming out of the winter shell, it's just like, right. The vibes are good. So
it's nice.
Except my allergies are.
Yeah. It's yellow snow season pretty soon here. So
yeah, horrible. So not looking forward to that, but
here it's coming.
Better than snow.
It's so nice. You really want to go outside really bad, but if you stay out there too long, you're just going to come in like your eyes swollen shut.
Every morning, just like
exactly.
Yeah.
So Jim, it's been just over a year, I think, since you were on the show. So what have you been up to here?
Well, as you could tell by the color on my face, I was very close to the equator recently in Mexico. So let me just tell you, margaritas flow 24/7 down there. Just getting that out there. But man, life's been super good. Like super busy, traveling, eating, cooking, doing all kinds of stuff. Which, by the way, Brian, I have to tell you, that biscuits and gravy thing, man, like that surprised me how much fun that was. But also the next morning, what do you think I did? I got out the food processor and I made myself another batch of biscuits because that little trick, I'm telling you, that is money. I could not believe how good these things were. So super fun stuff. So playing with the episodes, just trying to get some new content. Just haven't spent a lot of time lately because, man, I'll be in Vegas next week. I'm going to be in Ohio 2 weeks later. Please, God, don't make me go to Ohio. I'm a Steelers fan. There's nothing good in Ohio. Sorry, folks. It's just where we are.
But at least the Bengals didn't win, so you don't have to be with those insufferable guys up there, right?
I was rooting against them so much, man. I mean, not just for Matthew Stafford, but there's just no way that you can let anybody else in the AFC North win because then they just shove it in your face and shove it in your face. But I'm a little concerned about one thing, Brian. Is it okay to just kind of tell you that right now? Is it
Absolutely.
Okay?
We're
talking about food. And I actually thought I was supposed to be the one-stringed ukulele guest tonight. So we're not talking about music, and I'm a little offended because they taught me how to play this.
Oh well, we can feel free to play a song right now. We will
That's all I got right there. That was it.
We will not stop. We're flexible. I can type it into these show notes, and it'll be like it was always there.
It's all good. All good. But life's good, guys.
Awesome. Great. I forgot what I was going to actually talk about tonight. I've been so tired. I just stopped sleeping, I guess. The weather's great. Actually, I was going to go, I was about to go get a chicken from a new place tonight, but the line, the entire, housing development next to there must have, known I was going to go and beat me to it or something.
Oh, no.
But it's called Slim... It's called Slim Chicken or something. I forget the name of the restaurant. I didn't get a bag or a receipt. But it's just like chicken tenders. But in this area, it's over near Highland Creek, if you're familiar with Charlotte, Oh,
yeah.
It's like chicken sandwiches, sauces. They have a chicken and waffles on the menu. So I was really kind of interested in that. But that's what I was going to kind of review that place. And now I ended up going to Bojangles. And I hate to say it wasn't as good as it should have been. But...
So why would you name a chicken place Slim? Because I think we all understand the phrase, don't trust the skinny cook.
Right.
So if you name it Slim, I probably don't
Let me
trust
find the name. I might have it still pulled up here. Yeah.
Did they pay you to plug
Slim
it?
Chickens.
This name really wrong.
It just looks like they look really good, like Southern-inspired chicken tenders. Kind of like Zaxby's, I imagine. But who knows? We'll never know.
We're going to make some fried chicken sometime, right? With Biggun when he gets back?
Yes.
We're totally doing some fried chicken and cast iron.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We may have to bring out some more biscuits.
Yeah, sure. You need to have... There's no excuse not to make biscuits, right?
I'm still impressed that he ate gnocchi. I never in a million years thought old country boy there would go out there and eat gnocchi. And he sent that picture. I was like, dang. I was impressed.
Yeah.
I don't think he knows how to spell it, but he did a good job.
Yeah. Gnocchi. Yeah, it's not spelling. It's not spelling podcast. We won't get into that too much.
No, not tonight.
Yeah. So next week we have Jeffrey Holzclaw, who's a author and pastor, and we're breaking into a new series about deconstructing church. Might be really interesting. So that's coming up next week. I do not have a Southern phrase of the week for you because I forgot it to even look. So if you guys want to pull one up and explain it to us, feel free. But what I want to get straight to is what Jeet yet. Oh, that's perfect. Jeet.
So okay.
Jeet yet.
I'm not sure that's Southern though, because that happens in Pennsylvania.
I totally was thinking it, and you said it. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you just did that.
Well, they said
that is so cool.
Country is countrywide.
Yeah. That might be a show title right there. Jeet yet.
Oh,
I don't even know. How do you spell that though? That's the real question.
But the response is no, Jew.
No.
That's really it. We're not talking faith and religion here. It's just that's what it is. J-U-E.
That's next week.
No Jew? Yeah. That's pretty cool that you guys actually know that.
Oh, yeah. Well, my wife says that a lot, and she's a Yinzer, so.
Oh, see? I knew I liked you. Well, at least I like her. I'm not sure about you yet.
She's all right. So we're going to jump straight into the food content here because, I mean, that's what we're all here for, right? The good stuff. I saw on Magic Man's Instagram channel, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, you were giving the old Whataburger in the South Americans down there a try. Not the classic North Carolina Whataburger that I know and love, but this other yellow logo thing, right?
Orange and white logo, yeah.
Orange and white. Okay.
A little different.
South America, like Brazil?
Yeah. South America is like not the South of America. This America,
Southern America,
right?
Oh my gosh.
You would not get smarter listening to this. I'm going to promise you that.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised we found it. So, we roll into town on Saturday, and Sunday we head up to go get some provisions and going up the road, and there it is. I was like, oh, we got to try that out because you hear all about it, etc. And of course my wife, she thought it was the same thing as the one that we have in North Carolina there in the Mooresville, Concord, Kannapolis area. I said, no, this is different. It's a completely different chain. Yeah. So I said, we got to eat there. So last night we finally did it. We rolled up in Big Dookie and walked on in, and
that's his truck's name, to be clear.
Tell you what. Truck, yeah. For those that are just joining, that's our truck.
Before you eat,
I call the truck that. Lori hates it, but anyway. So we go in and it was good. It really was. The wait was I don't know if they were understaffed or if it was just because it was so busy because it's popular. But we had a little bit of a wait there. I mean, we probably waited a good 15, 20 minutes to get our food after we ordered. But yeah, I got my food and Lori got hers, and it was a good burger. It certainly was. The fries were crispy and not overly done. They were just right. The meat was juicy. Cheese was just right. Buns were just right. It was a good burger. I enjoyed it. I definitely go back and nope, I didn't. I did it just my normal way: meat, cheese, and bun only.
Gotcha. No
cheese
vegetables.
When your wife opened up her sandwich, did you ask her if you got the buns hung? Come on. Oh, I thought that would be better. I'm sorry. But I'll tell you, so that Whataburger, man, they became super famous for their taquitos. Do they still make those?
Oh.
I didn't see any on the menu, so I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know, maybe this one doesn't have it, or if I just missed it, or they just don't do it anymore. So
those
we get it eventually when we get into Texas, we'll have to look because that's primarily where Whataburger is. It's a Texas institution.
That's one of those chains I've never had that people. It's like the In-N-Out of the Southwest or something. I guess they just love it, right? Or there's a burger cult or something.
Fun story. Yeah, I turned 21. I was born in Phoenix, Arizona. My sister was going to ASU, which, by the way, that's probably the most alcohol consumed on campus anywhere in the country. So she's like, "Hey, come
Even
on
more than
down
Florida
here." Oh yeah, Arizona State. Oh my gosh. So the first thing she does after I get off the airplane is, "Hey, we're going to Whataburger," and I'm like, "Do what?" And I ate taquitos like they were going out of style, and then we were doing shots of this cactus juice. So when you're getting further towards Arizona, you need to find cactus juice because that's the only place you can get it. Just be careful because it sneaks up on you.
Are you sure that wasn't tequila?
Well, no, it's like a schnapps. It's sweetened, but it packs
okay.
punch. So yeah, it's totally worth it. And if you bring a bottle back, I'm happy to drink it with you. Let's just put that up.
All right. I'll have to keep an eye out for it.
Speaking of burgers, there's a little event happening here in the Concord area called Burger Madness. Are you guys familiar with this?
No,
Yes.
tell me about it.
Was it last year they did this?
I believe they did it last year.
Yeah.
I'm saying they were inspired by our burger tournament we did a few years ago where we picked where we drafted burger toppings. This is pre-COVID because we never got to eat any of the burgers because everything's shut down. But I'm giving us the credit for the idea, and now we have all these burger joints competing. Basically, I had the website up, I thought yesterday, and now I can't find it. Hold on 1 second. Let me actually pull that up.
This is what happens when Biggun goes out of the country. The wheels come off the Brian bus.
Yeah, essentially. He does all the work. Let's be clear.
Apparently. Well,
He does all the work. I just
so,
push the buttons,
Yeah.
say something stupid every now and then. All right, here we go. Burger Madness. Visit Cabarrus.com. I'll have links in the show notes for you local folks who want to check this out. So I won't go through the lineup of some of these burgers, and you guys can kind of tell me if you think this sounds good or just gonna pass. What's the swipe right or left or something on these burgers? I don't know. What's the right words here? I don't know.
According to George Strait, it's check yes or no.
Okay, yes or no. Here we go.
By the way, I'm ready for music trivia. When are we doing that?
Music trivia? What's after this? All right. We could do a music show. That'd be fun.
That would be
a
fun.
very different taste in music, probably, between the four of us.
Uh-oh.
So the first one up is called Smoke and Spice from Two Gals Kitchen. Juicy lean beef patty with house-smoked brisket, caramelized onions, cowboy candy from Greenleaf Farms, whatever that is, melted cheddar cheese, and house-made barbecue sauce on a toasted brioche bun.
Yes.
That sounds very good.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
that sounds
like
good.
50-50 on barbecue sauce on burgers typically. It's too sweet, but that sounds pretty good.
It hides the sins of the other ingredients.
True, yeah. Like and a lean beef patty kind of scares me sometimes. Don't make it dry, but there's brisket on there that might also cover up some sins. Next one, the Steph Curry burger.
Uh-oh.
From 73 in Maine. He doesn't even live out here, does he? Triple patty. Oh, of course it's a triple. That makes sense. 3 3-ounce patties consisting of fresh round sirloin, ribeye, and tenderloin. So these are ground in-house. Triple cheese, American pepper jack, and smoked Gouda. Triple bacon. There's only one kind of bacon, I guess. Triple sauces, sriracha mayo, barbecue, and firecracker sauce. And triple condiments. I thought those were condiments. Served with triple spiced fries.
So does Steph Curry play baseball? Because I keep hearing the 3, and I'm thinking he's going to score like 3 points at a time or something.
Yeah, basketball, Golden State.
Oh.
He's from Davidson.
He's kind of like a prince of Carolina basketball because Del Curry played here
I know
for a
him
long
from the
time.
Subway commercials, and I still won't go there.
Yeah,
Subway sucks.
He put Davidson on the map with basketball a couple years ago.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I hope Subway never wants to sponsor us because it's a no.
Oh nope, I'm out.
Absolutely not.
I think you'll get agreement from all of us.
Subway's a step
For
above
sure.
Burger King for me, so you know how I feel about that.
Yeah, we know how you feel about Burger King.
I hate Burger
Hey,
King.
this is the Burger Show. Let's talk about Burger King. They're actually revamping their menu to focus on burgers again. Can you believe it?
What?
Shocking.
Imagine that. It's in the name.
Yeah, burgers.
Now,
Like,
if they could get the service up and if they could get their restaurants clean, then maybe they might have a chance.
yeah, I just can't do it.
That. It's so bad.
So, side note, do you ever see, like, you go through the drive-thru and you see, like, a Beyond, just says Beyond Burger or Beyond whatever. I instantly think, oh, that sounds really good because of the name, forgetting what it is. I go, oh, wow, what is that? You know, that's going to have something amazing on it. Then my brain goes, no. No. That's not good eats. Don't touch that.
That's like corn husks and soybean rejects and, with a lot of
not even
food
veggies. It's just like compost or something.
That's a good way to put it. Compost that's been sitting outside for a few months.
Yeah.
The summer heat. With steam rising off of it.
All right. We're 2 burgers in. I just need to move this along. The Ooey Gooey Cheeseburger. Who doesn't want that, right?
Yes. Immediately, yes.
That sounds...
Yeah, it's basically it sounds like a patty melt, grilled onions, jalapenos, and pickles. Pick one. But and cheese whiz. Oh,
weird.
That went a different direction. I'd eat that. It looks like a cheesesteak in the picture. So, Crafty Carolina Classic from Cabarrus Brewing, 2 quarter-pound Angus beef patties, American cheese, house-made Concord Lager chili, creamy slaw, yellow mustard, and beer-battered onion rings on a Duke's bread bun.
Yes, to onion rings.
Yeah, anything with beer-battered onion rings.
Yeah.
Love it. Pimento cheese bacon burger from Chop House 101. 8-ounce patty, Chop House seasoning, homemade pimento cheese. I'm in for that. Onions, mayonnaise, mustard, lettuce. Oh, sauteed onions, excuse me. Makes a difference. Mayonnaise, mustard, lettuce, tomato, brioche bun. Sounds fine. I don't think that's going to win anything. La Frita Cubana. Seasoned ground beef and chorizo patty. Grilled with onions, topped with tomatoes, lettuce, shoestring potatoes, smoked bacon, and a fried egg. I'm in.
Fried eggs hide sins too, though, just like barbecue sauce. You get that yolk running, you don't care. You're just like,
so good. This is
so good.
Melty and rich. Unlike scrambled eggs. All right. The Happy Tummy Hot Box Next Level Kitchen. Aaron may be familiar with that one. A 3rd-pound burger, tomato bacon jam.
Yum.
Cheddar and provolone, crispy onions, smoked jalapenos, and garlic aioli. The bun looks kind of funny. Is that the one? It looks like it has like oatmeal in the bun.
There's pictures?
If you go to, the pictures of the... Of course there's pictures. This is an audio podcast, though.
You're talking about pictures of burgers. Now, I'm going to log
here,
off.
Let me help you. I'm going to just send this. We'll leave this right here for you.
Everyone Google the burgers.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, man. Let's see what we got here. The Thunderlicious Pizza Burger.
Oh, boy.
From Iron Thunder Saloon and Grill, stacked with one of Iron Thunder's famous kickstands. I don't know what that is. House-made cheese sticks and a char-grilled 8-ounce hand-patted Angus beef burger patty, marinara provolone cheese. Then the top bun is flipped to create a pepperoni pizza on top of the burger.
Interesting. It kind of reminds me of that. I can't remember which restaurant it was that had the hamburger, but instead of buns, you had grilled cheese sandwiches. So it's 2 grilled cheese sandwiches with a hamburger in between the sandwiches.
Yes.
That's a heart attack waiting to happen right there.
I was literally going to say heart attack on a plate.
That's
right.
This one sounds kind of weird, but I like cheeseburger pizza, so why wouldn't I like pizza cheeseburger? That makes sense?
I think you should try it, Brian.
Iron Thunder Saloon and Grill.
I'm still fascinated with the Cheese Whiz thing because we were talking Pennsylvania talk, right, G-Chet? But have you gone to Philadelphia and you order it with whiz or without? Like, whiz on cheesesteak is money. Forget American cheese. Forget any of that stuff. It's whiz. Oh, my gosh.
I haven't had it there that way. There's a place that did it around here. I don't know how authentic it was. They did have a cheese whiz option for the cheesesteak, though.
Now you're saying that in past tense, so are they no longer there?
It was Duckworth's.
Oh, yeah, Duckworth's.
Yeah,
back before they were... this was when it was a cheesesteakery about 15 years ago. It wasn't a restaurant. It was Duckworth's Cheesesteakery.
Nice.
And that's all they did was like sandwiches, hot sandwiches. Then they got their liquor license and things I never went back.
Well, then they got to do pizza and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. You could go there on a Monday night, get like $3 beers and an $8 pizza and just, pig out, work out, and freak out.
But those were pretty. You could get the one with the cheese whiz on it, and it was pretty good.
That's cool.
Let's see. I'm going to just pick a couple. Roasted jalapeno bacon beer cheeseburger. Yep, that sounds good. Put a ring on it burger from Johnny Rogers. Has a lot of onions. That's the Cajun remoulade. Ooh, okay. I'm just kind of moving this along now. Okay, this one makes me mad. Maybe this is beef chicky baby burger. I'm confused. Beef burger infused with Lizon smoked barbecue, hickory smoked bacon, the dash of salt and pepper. It's in the ingredients list. Topped with caramelized onions and tomatoes, fresh lettuce, mayo, and crispy beer battered onion ring. I don't know if the chicky has the name doesn't make sense to me, but Loco burger from Punchy's Diner. The pictures are killing me on these. I'm glad I ate before we recorded. Hand patty.
You're killing me, dude. You're killing me.
Everyone's going out to get like Steak and Shake after this or something. I don't know. Hand patty, house-made blend of pork, beef, and special seasonings.
I'm going to Whataburger.
Topped with queso blanco, not Burger King, pico de gallo, avocado, bacon, and tortilla strips on a pretzel bun. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Does anybody have a Juicy Lucy on there? Because that's usually a home run.
This one kind of looks like one. I'll get to that in a second. Oh, my goodness. Tennessee hot bacon burger, house ground beef, candied bacons, pimento cheese, pickles, and a cornmeal fried green tomato.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting. Coffee peppered burger with Cheerwine barbecue sauce. And this is at the Hilton Garden Inn. It's the restaurant in the Hilton. I'm going to just move on. Cheerwine sauce. That sounds interesting, but I don't know. Smoke Pit has a juicy smoked burger. They smoke it for 30 minutes. It's blended with a little brisket fat and topped with maple bacon jam. Sharp American onion straws.
Yeah, sounds
and lettuce
good.
and tomato. I'm drooling now.
I feel like 3 or 4 of us are going to be at Smoke Pit tomorrow eating that burger, and somebody might not.
Let's see.
Wah, wah.
We'll send you on the mail.
Yeah. I'll send you pictures of it. I'll send you lots of pictures.
There you go.
The Speedway has one called the Notorious Blt. There's a bunch of burgers on here. Brioche bun, sirloin patty, tomato basil cheddar, pickled jalapeno BLT slaw, which is shredded lettuce, pork belly, and pickled jalapenos, tossed in remoulade sauce. Finished with fried green tomato bacon jam on the bottom bun. I think I still want the smoke pit one. And then the last one, Vortex hand-spun burger, marinated beef and chorizo patty, fresh tomato slice, house-made mozzarella, roasted tomato basil aioli, apricot balsamic drizzle on a fig brioche bun.
Ooh.
That's fancy.
That sounds fun.
That's fancy.
I didn't know they were doing that kind of food over there. I knew they were doing a lot of paninis and stuff. That sounds kind of next level right there.
Yeah. This, by the way, started March 1st. So that was this week.
What the heck, man?
So, yeah, let's see. The competition goes the whole month. Announced on April 1st is the winner.
So we'll definitely have to revisit this.
I know we went through those quickly, but did any of those jump out as like, I got to try that?
Definitely the smoke pit one.
Yep, I agree.
In the cheese whiz.
Yeah, the Ooey Gooey cheesesteak burger.
Oh, yeah.
Bebo's. Oh, Bebo. Oh, that's the place. I've heard about that. I haven't been, but I've heard magical things.
That's the one that's owned by Smoke Pit, right?
Is it?
Yeah. It's the same
That would make
owners.
Sense. They have the meats.
Okay.
The actual meats. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. That's our burger thing. I think, speaking of madness, we do have a fish sandwich bracket we're going to do here in a week or two. So you guys can look forward to that. Aaron, how do you feel about fish sandwiches?
I'll try it.
How's Magic Man feel about fish? Yeah.
I'm not going to go get a fillet of fish or anything.
No,
but...
well, that's probably going to be on there. Fillet of fish.
Oh, okay.
Or you
I'll
gotta
try
get
it.
Jim, have you seen the McDonald's secret menu hacks they came out with? We talked about a few weeks ago, but you can buy something called a land, sea, and air.
I did hear about that. You're right. I did. Yep. Yeah, that's crazy.
They basically give you 3 sandwiches and you're supposed to stick them together and then consume them at one time.
So I was kind of like startled by this Arby's commercial last night because, we have the meats. Well, apparently they have like this flounder sandwich that just looks insane in the picture. And I drove by an Arby's today and I was tempted, but I wouldn't do it. I'm sorry.
They do a pretty good fish sandwich in the fast food world. That's the, Bojangles, and historically that's a pretty good fish sandwich.
Okay. I'm going to take your word for it, but we are getting like a mile up the street from us. So if they can find staff, it's going to open soon. Yeah. And I'll go try some.
Yeah, those are the 2 I would say in the past for me have been I'll go buy those and eat them and enjoy them for fast food. You're on the road, whatever. They're convenient.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to move into some wacky news here. Brought to you by Level Up Logo. If you need some custom apparel done, go check out leveluplogo.com. So where we go here? So are you guys familiar with Wordle?
Yes.
I believe everyone's.
Yeah, I've heard
I've
it.
not played, but it's
I
like
haven't either.
it's like
if you post your Wordle score on Facebook, I snooze you for 30 days.
As you should, honestly.
I'm done.
As you should.
Done.
I don't buy into anything that everyone's hyping up.
Yeah, I haven't touched it.
We'll see.
I'm not interested because of it's the hype. I'm an anti-hype in general, unless it's chicken sandwich hype.
I've always
then
been
I get
kind
on
of
that bull train, but
I've always been kind of a rebel. I don't like. I don't know. I just don't like being a sheep. Go ahead, Brian.
Well, and somebody just bought them out because they're so popular.
The New York Times.
The New York Times.
Yeah.
Right?
Is that who it was?
Yeah.
And then they made it all complicated or something.
They weren't tracking you before. They're tracking you now. So
that's why. I got things going off on my phone.
No worries.
Brian's sending me messages about burgers. Oh my god.
10 minutes ago. Who else is sending me messages? Oh, goodness. All right. My daughter's sending me her Mario Kart score. Okay. So,
is that like a credit score?
What'd you say?
Is that like a credit score?
It's just lower than that, probably. An 80-year-old woman was taken hostage in her home recently, and her family was alerted that something was wrong after she didn't read text messages or share her score on the popular game Wordle. This is how they knew something was wrong. Denise Holt woke up in her home in Lincolnwood, Illinois in the early hours of Sunday morning and saw a naked man holding scissors. The man threatened to cut her if she screamed and got into bed with her. He later locked her in the bathroom in her basement. She told the news that she was cold, hungry, and in pain while trapped because the man would not bring her food and medicine. The police department confirmed that the suspect took his clothes off. He was having a mental health crisis before breaking into the woman's home. He collected the phones in the home and secured the door. While she was trapped and worried for her safety, her oldest daughter in California was growing concerned that her mom had not texted her Wordle score, a daily word game. You guys know what that is. Her other daughter, who also lives in the West Coast, noticed her mother had not responded to text messages. So the red flag here, she's been sending, here's my Wordle. So maybe, Jim, you shouldn't be snoozing those messages. It could be a cry for help.
I love people, but come on.
Yeah.
Saved your life.
Saved her life. That's right.
Oh, my gosh.
Crazy.
That's right.
So here's another. This is a more food-related news. A determined 22-year-old has reclaimed the Guinness World Record title of tallest stack of M&Ms.
I saw that.
Do you guys want to guess? If you already know, don't answer. You want to guess how many M&Ms is the world record for stacking? What do you think, Aaron?
5.
Magic Man says 5. Aaron says 20. The new world record tallest stack of M&Ms is 6 chocolate candies.
And they have to stand for, what is it, 10 seconds?
It doesn't even say what the...
I think it's 10 seconds, so they have to stack them up directly, and then they have to hold for 10 seconds to do it. But this guy's like a serial, like, world record holder kind of guy. Like, this is his job. He tries to break all of them, and I want to say he got like a couple dozen last year. Like, he just goes for it.
That's
which is
what
crazy.
He does.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it's an English guy. He just 6. I mean, think about the shape of an M&M, though. It's all round. There's no flat edge anywhere. So that's... maybe if you use chopsticks, you could do it very delicately if you're really good, like Mr. Miyagi style. But
listen, I'm a little round, but I do have a flat edge.
Oh, what's the number? Yeah. Serial record breaker.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like this guy lives for that stuff.
That's nuts.
He should be on TikTok.
Right? Oh, only plain. Oh, well, you can't use the flake. It has to be a plain M&M.
Yeah.
It can't be any of their. I feel like that would be the easiest one, though. Could you imagine stacking the peanut or the the pretzel ones are almost completely like ball shaped? There's no way. What else has he done? He still holds the titles for most drumstick flips in 1 minute. Fastest time to build a 10 toilet roll pyramid. Longest duration spinning a basketball on the nose, and 10 others.
Now, imagine if he actually applied this in real life.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, does that seem like kind of easy? Like,
I mean, well,
like
people
kind
are
of
dying of cancer or starving around the world, and this guy's stacking toilet paper really fast, right? I mean,
hey, that was good during the pandemic because you couldn't get it. All you had were the rollers.
Now you just order, right?
Which we have finally gotten rid of all the prison toilet paper in our house. Let me just tell you, anytime one of those one-ply show up, we try to send it to our daughter. But I'm just, sorry.
Prison toilet paper.
Oh, my God.
I remember finding like a pack of napkins or something in like April of 2 years ago, like a big thing of napkins. It was like, oh, it's amazing. I found paper products at the supermarket. Like winning the lottery. Okay, last article here. Again, we're on the food train tonight. So this is a BuzzFeed article, and I'm really curious how you guys feel about some of this stuff. But this is basically reviews from non-Americans eating like classic American food, things that we kind of take for granted as being delicious, maybe, or maybe not. So I'll try to fly through these so we don't spend too much time. The first thing on this list is American cheese, because I think it has one purpose, maybe, and that's on a kid's cheese sandwich or on an egg. I like it on an egg sandwich, actually.
Hamburgers, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hamburgers are good. Yeah, anytime you're going to melt it. Like, when I was a kid, I would just go to the fridge and unwrap it and just eat a slice, right?
You do
I
know
still
what
do
it says
that
on the package, right? You know what it's actually called?
Oh no, what is it?
Processed cheese food.
Processed cheese food.
Yeah.
Who's buying that?
That's like a couple years ago, Breyers didn't say ice cream; it said frozen dairy dessert.
Ooh.
I think now they fixed it, but there was for a period of time where it didn't say ice cream. I was like, I'm not eating that. It's not real ice cream. Number 2, Hershey's chocolate, which apparently is really sweet. I guess if don't have the palate of a American. Pineapple on pizza. This is controversial, I know. Where do we stand on pineapple, guys? No? Yes.
Pineapple doesn't belong on pizza.
No.
No?
No.
So pineapple, ham, and bacon. You got to get all 3 on there. The bacon adds the salt to help offset the sugar in the pineapple.
Here's the challenge for you. I think I may have mentioned this before. Pepperoni pineapple pizza. That's the winner.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah,
we're not friends anymore. Hang on. How do I turn this?
Okay, I'll see you later. I'm going to order pineapple pepperoni.
I'll try it for you.
It's
I make my own pizza, so I won't order it and embarrass myself. I'll just make it at home.
It's good. Surprisingly good, because it has that salty. Yeah.
All right.
It's better than ham, because ham doesn't taste like anything, right? On a pizza, it gets drowned out by the rest of the things happening.
That's where the bacon comes in. You got to double pork it.
Or single pork it. Budget pepperoni it, and it's done. So,
I
American
feel like they
soda.
said that's what she said in there or something.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Where it
I
is.
saved it.
There it is.
Aaron is
this-
one of us.
For those of you listening and not watching, that was a spit take on Jim's side over there. So, yes, American soda, super sweet. I can get on board with that. Also, the fake nacho cheese, like the yellow can, you get it like the movie theater or like high school football games. Apparently, that's gross to some people in like France or something. This Australian guy thinks we eat too much. The portion sizes are too big.
That's true.
True.
Maybe.
Did you see the plate of gnocchi that Biggun had?
I
I'm
did
telling
not.
you, that was a portion.
Was it?
Those
Was it-
Italians know how to put food out.
Was that for the table? Or was that for...
Good point. Good point. His table.
For like 10 people.
yeah. American Taco Night. I believe there's a meme on TikTok about white people tacos.
Yeah.
Okay.
White people taco night. It's
Yeah.
like
Hard shell, cheese sauce, ground beef, taco seasoning, sour cream, the little packet in the box of salsa, maybe some tomatoes. We've all done it. We've all had it.
oh yeah.
They're not bad. They're just probably not. You probably shouldn't call tacos, right?
Sounds like what you get at Taco Bell.
Yeah, I like honestly, I like the homemade, like the Ortega box, better than Taco Bell. To be clear,
Yeah.
That's not even close to homemade. Not even close.
well, I make my own taco seasoning now, but I still get the shells from them because I don't got time for that.
Oh yeah,
You
the
do?
seasoning's like really easy to make.
I will teach you how to make your own tortillas. You just have to come over and do it.
And yeah, you know what pressing tortillas like?
Yeah.
Press the whole thing. Yeah.
Press them, deep fry 'em. I had some friends growing up who would make. They were from California, and I'd hear they were having Mexican night, and I would make an excuse to hang around. Basically, like, just don't leave; they'll feed me. And they would do their own like taquitos and like
Nice.
fried tacos, and oh man, so good.
So the neighbor's niece is moving into her first apartment, and my wife's trying to clear out some appliances. So we have a Giada De Laurentiis panini press. Yes, please send that thing away. But then she goes, "How about I give her the fryer?" And I'm like, "No, the fryer's not leaving the house. No." So I'm with you on the taquitos and everything else. Yeah. We're gonna have taco night at my house, and we're gonna videotape it, and it's gonna be ugly.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Root beer.
Hey,
ahead.
wait until after beginning of May when I'm back in town.
Oh,
Yes. Yes. Wait, so Cinco de Mayo or Mayo or May? Yeah.
sounds good. That's the theme. It's lining the things up for us there. That's nice. Root beer, Twinkies. What's wrong with Twinkies? Right? People don't know what I'm talking about.
Twinkies is an American institution.
Sweet cinnamon buns, as opposed to
Right.
Cinnamon buns are delicious.
salty, sweet. I mean, Cinnabon, come on. In every airport in America.
That's right.
Deep dish pizza. They're saying it's not pizza.
That's
I mean, I would call it pizza. It's a casserole. It's a pizza casserole, right? I like it, but
Those are fighting words in part of this country, man. You got to
Right.
be careful.
yeah. Start World War IV or something, right? Yeah, I see American fast food. I can't argue with that one. Is American bread sweet? Would you?
It
like
is.
white bread?
It's I think that's what
Yeah.
white bread or.
I feel like it has a little bit of a sweetness to it.
If you're from the South, it may have been called light
It
bread
does.
at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, I
because
don't
if
buy
you
that.
take
Because
homemade
challah
bread, if
brioche, there's a
Yeah.
ton of sugar in those, and those aren't
Uh-huh.
Native American.
But I think they're
But if
looking
you
at
go-
the Merita white bread, right? Is that sweet?
it is like, especially if you go and compare it. So you make homemade bread, and usually you're going to use what? Yeast, flour, salt, and water. And then if you go and you eat a slice of that, and then eat a slice of like bunny bread or whatever,
Mhm.
you'll be able to detect that there's a lot of sugar in that store bought bread in the Merita or whatever.
But now,
and I actually noticed that
eat sugar. That's how you get all the little air pockets.
Yeah,
shoot,
feed the
sugar
beast.
makes beer. I mean, I don't know. That one's tough. I'm not good with that one.
Yeah,
I know, but I've made bread before with just those few ingredients, and I had the air pockets in the bread.
You put no sugar in there whatsoever.
No sugar whatsoever. It's just salt, flour.
It'll
yeast,
rise.
and
I
water.
have some pizza dough recipes that don't call for sugar.
Yeah,
but
it's just super.
And it's good. I love that bread.
Yeah.
Well, then I think we just need to adopt another musical trend and just go no sugar tonight. I listen to music
or
all day
pour
long,
some sugar on me.
These things just fall out of me.
Yeah. Number 14 on this is instant ramen. Nothing. I mean,
yeah. That's not American. That came from like Korea.
Did it? Yeah. Well, yeah. Also, like the instant ramen you get from like an Asian food store versus the ramen you get at like Food Lion. There's some extra packets in there to make a really big difference.
And it's not 22 cents?
No, it's at least $2, I think, a lot of times.
Yeah.
Cherry flavored anything. The picture here on the can is a Coke of the can of cherry Coke. It's hard. What's wrong with cherry? I mean, cherry flavor. I guess they don't really. The comment here is saying that cherry flavored things don't actually taste like cherries. There's some validity there, I suppose. It tastes like maraschino cherries, maybe, which are cherry flavored cherries, right? Is that the?
They're grapes in disguise.
Yeah, I would go as far as say it's banana flavored things don't taste like banana half the time,
or like watermelon.
Yeah.
I
almost got a watermelon Mountain Dew today just because, but I bailed out. I can't do it. All right, this next one has some fighting words for us that grew up in the South here. Casseroles made with cream of anything soup.
Do you know you can make your own cream of? It's like really easy.
It's really good.
It's really easy. Yeah.
This is back from the Norman Rockwell days, though, right? Campbell's soup cans. You made everything casseroles. I think we've lost our way with casseroles, but can we bring casseroles back?
They had the green bean casserole that didn't have the French's onions on top. So they just went right after the soup. If they had the French's onions, they would have liked it.
Yeah. That's critical.
It is. You need the crunch.
Yeah. There's
that texture.
There's an obscure TV celebrity food guy named Alton Brown who has a green bean casserole. And his recipe, I use his recipe a lot for like Thanksgiving, but he tries to make his own onions. I don't. I skip that part and get the can or the box or tub, whatever you call it. So everything else is, you're using mushrooms and heavy cream and making that soup and putting your green beans in it. And then you get the can and sprinkle on top. And it's the best green bean casserole in the world.
So for anybody listening or watching, I just want to let you know that Brian's source for all things food is Alton Brown. Just putting that out there. Like, if you want to know how Brian cooked it, don't even ask him. Just go to Alton Brown's website.
It's him.
Right there.
The Pioneer lady. I've gotten some tidbits from her.
Yeah.
And then there's a blog, and we'll might get into this later online called what's it? Oh shoot! AmazingRibs.com.
HomeCook.com. I think that's the one.
Oh, it's the other ones. AmazingRibs.com. A guy called Meathead. I've subscribed to a lot of his stuff. So anyway, that's who taught me to cook, though. Like, I spent a decade in front of food TV watching a lot of that stuff.
Him and Emerald put that channel on the map, man. It was huge. Yeah. And now they didn't even get Bobby Flay to renew because he wanted more money. So, like, what's the channel going to do now? I mean, he's the guy.
Yeah.
Unless it's Guy, because maybe Guy Fieri. Which, by the way,
the guy.
The Cancun airport, 2 margaritas, 2 burgers, $115.
Good night.
Not a fan of Guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those nachos look good. The trash can nachos look pretty good, but you make them at home. You just need a big pot, right?
Yeah.
I like the drivers, the dine-in food, what do you call it? The show we rode around to all places. I love that. That helped a lot of businesses out a little bit, I think, with the income. But all right, moving on. Mountain Dew. Apparently, there's a problem with Mountain Dew from non-Americans. What's wrong with you people? Ranch dressing. What?
Okay, like homemade ranch dressing is superior. Like the stuff you get at like a restaurant that's like really good.
Yeah.
And, like,
I want
got a lot of dill in it. And,
the Western sizzling ranch dressing, wherever they're getting that from, you know.
Yeah, but not
a bit wet. You can't recreate that. I don't know what it is.
Not good.
Yeah. Pumpkin spice anything. Let's see. And then New York City street hot dogs. What? You need that in a Mountain Dew, right? Sweet potatoes and marshmallows on top. I actually don't like that one.
Me either.
Cincinnati chili.
You don't like sweet potatoes and marshmallows?
I don't like sweet potatoes and marshmallows, no. Give me brown sugars and pecans on my sweet potatoes.
I mean, I want all three. I would like all three.
Oh, well. You do you, right? Cincinnati chili.
Wow.
Nope.
Disgusting.
I can't do it. Fluff. Like marshmallow fluff.
I used to love that stuff as a kid. And then
it's
Did
a
you
lot.
do peanut butter and fluff sandwiches?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
I was
That
about
stuff
9
is
years old.
thick.
So I had someone move down in our neighborhood from New York, and I was at their house. I was at a kid my age, and they made that for lunch one day. I was like, what is this? It's a fluffernutter.
Yeah.
Apparently. I was like, a what?
Mhm.
It was a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to go next level, grill them really quick on both sides like a grilled cheese. I'm telling you.
Again, the picture on this article is that. So,
there you go.
yeah, there you go. Flavored hummus. Apparently, hummus in America is broken as compared to America's hummus other places.
What?
Because it's not as fatty. It's like diet food here, right?
Ah.
Yeah. Circus peanuts. Any fans? Circus peanuts?
Ugh. No.
Nasty.
Packing peanuts. White Castle burgers. Pop Tarts.
They like Crystal Burgers better, right?
Yeah, White Castle. I don't know.
They're great. You can eat it by the handful.
Have I had?
Just
let me think.
down.
I don't know that I've actually had a real one.
Oh my gosh!
Because they don't have them in the South. You know, unless you go to the freezer section, which probably isn't. Is it the same? Probably isn't the same in the freezer section. I imagine.
It's close-ish. They're a little greasier in person, and they just slide down your throat faster.
Gotcha.
Slide down your
So it's not
gullet.
about tasting; it's just about consumption, right?
Yes. Harold and Kumar, man, like, come on.
Yeah, there's two. They made two movies.
They made like 5.
There's only
They did
5
a
of them.
Christmas one. Oh yeah.
Should have stopped at the one.
And then
There was one in 3D, and you just don't want to watch that.
didn't one of those guys end up as like an aide in the White House or something with Obama?
Yep.
So funny.
He left
Crazy.
acting to be whatever.
And now he's back to acting.
Because people, Anyway, that's our Wacky News brought to you by Level Up Logo. So now we're going to just have a little chat here with Jim. So me and you talked briefly earlier this week about some things we could discuss.
Yeah.
Kind of maybe educating people about we all love food here, right? But I think sometimes it can be intimidating, right, for someone to get into it if they haven't watched 1,000 hours of food TV like I have, or been exposed to it, or had culinary people around, right? So I'm going to let you talk here for a minute, just about some things that we could do, maybe just getting started, or how to make things more approachable, maybe.
Absolutely. So kind of what got me doing a lot of what I'm trying to do now is teaching people how to cook at home, because everybody got so busy before COVID. They got so busy that it was DoorDash, it was takeout, it was, go out to eat whatever, or it was these stupid mail order boxes, Blue Apron and some kind of home chef and whatever else. And I know people are going to think I'm an idiot, right? Like, oh, I'm still cooking. But they're portioning stuff up and they're giving you these instructions and you're just kind of following them. You're not actually really paying attention to cooking. And it's like, don't be intimidated by cooking. I think that's the one thing we talked about, Brian. Like, cooking is fun. And when you cook from a recipe and you create it and you put it on a plate and you share it with your family, it may not look perfect, but if you cook with love because you love the people you're cooking for, it just kind of comes across a little bit differently. And I just think, man, like 5 ingredients together, you could knock out some fun stuff. And if you're on a budget, it's cheap. Oh my gosh. You talked about ramen. Like the ramen that we have in the US is terrible. I can make cold ramen with 6-minute eggs on top, cucumbers and all kinds of stuff. $2 a plate. It's phenomenal.
Yeah. And I mean, how long does that take? You said 2 minutes.
So the eggs are 6 minutes.
6 minutes,
It takes probably 15 minutes in total to put the whole thing together.
Yeah.
But I think everybody they don't want to open up a cookbook. Well, great. Go to a website. Google something that you love. You love chicken parmesan? Great. Google it. There's recipes all over the place. Shoot, send me a text. I'll make it for you. I'll make a video. But this stuff's not hard. But you think about all the processed stuff that they're putting out there, or you look at the ingredient list on some of these bagged foods that you're bringing home and feeding to your family, and there's 47 ingredients in there, and half of them you can't tell what they are. Yeah. Man, I'll tell you what. You put a little olive oil, a little pasta, a couple of fresh veggies because springtime's coming around, and maybe a nice lean protein in there. You've got a great bowl of food. Probably into it for $4 or $5 a plate in that situation. There's 5 ingredients, and you know which every one of them are because they're from your house. They're not polysodium carbon, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Yeah. I find that a lot of times, we'll meal plan. We'll plan out 7 days of things, right? We'll grocery shop for that. Well, everyone has a plan until you get punched in the face, right? That's the Mike Tyson quote. It doesn't work out that way because there's always something that gets in the way, or you get home late, and you don't have time. Maybe you plan something that takes 45 minutes or an hour.
Right.
What am I doing? You're taking out, or you looking at what you have and saying, I can make something quick with the 4 or 5 ingredients that's edible and tastes good. It's,
I mean, if you're not on a keto diet and you've got pasta and rice in the house, you could put something together in 15 minutes any night of the week. And people love to do Meatless Monday. There's not a whole lot to it. I mean, you can use a portobello mushroom in so many different ways and really get that umami and everything else that you want. And it doesn't take a lot of time. And now we're almost into grill season. Oh my gosh, grill a bunch of vegetables, put them out there, put them on a little bit of rice. And instead of using soy sauce with a ton of salt, you get those cocoa aminos or something and drizzle it on there. And you've got a healthy meal that you can really enjoy. Again, I'm all about cost because, man, I'll tell you what, you really start to learn about your budget when gas is $4 a gallon. So, it's important that people save money, spend time in the kitchen. Shoot, teach your kids. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine making those biscuits and gravy with kids in the kitchen, showing them how to make their own brunch for Sunday morning? They wake up one morning, beat you to the kitchen and make it for you. You wake up, you're like, ooh, what's this?
Yeah.
How cool would that be?
Yeah. You can say something, Aaron?
I was going to say, what are some staples you feel in your pantry that you're I always have these on hand. I like to, you can just grab from and make these really easy meals when, like you said, you're just kind of in a rush or,
So I'm totally on the spot now. Nobody told me this question, so I'm going to leave. I'll see y'all later. Honestly, the big stuff for us is I've always got flour. I've always got eggs. I've always have olive oil. If I want to whip out a pasta, you've got to do a little bit of prep there, but it's going to be there for you. There's always rice because we can make something. And I'll tell you what's really become a big deal for me now is cauliflower. Man, keep cauliflower in the house. You can cut it up and make it into steaks. You can shred it and turn it into cauliflower rice. It's super healthy for you. Obviously, again, we're talking carbs. A lot of people are really watching their carbs. You've got to replace that with something that has sustenance to it. So cauliflower's got, fiber and it's got density and it gives you that full feeling. So, I go nuts on vegetables this time of year because things are starting to, people are starting to plant their gardens and stuff. And I'm like, ooh, let me see what I can find. And man, sweet potatoes all day long. Does anybody like barbecue chicken?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So if you're in a hurry for barbecue chicken, you can roast a couple of chicken breasts in the oven or in a pan. You take your sweet potato, wrap it in a wet paper towel, 3 minutes on one side, 3 minutes on the other, cut it in half, put the chicken on top, drizzle a little bit of barbecue sauce. You've got dinner. It takes you 5 minutes flat, and it's super healthy. It's super delicious. If you do sugar-free barbecue sauce, shoot, this thing's probably got 300 calories in the entire plate.
Nice.
Sweet potato. Okay. I'm with you on the barbecue sweet potato. That sounds good.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. I didn't know it was Meatless Monday because we do Meatball Monday here. So, or Meatloaf Monday.
I like you.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I gotta have
Monday's
protein.
a great time. If you're meal planning, so where do you hit the rails? I'm gonna say probably midweek because like Sunday you're prepping, you're getting stuff together. Monday you're kind of in your flow.
the
like
fun
Tuesday
thing,
you're thinking about tacos, but you've got meatloaf, and then by Wednesday it's over. Right.
Usually, what happens is like Saturday, my wife actually plans the stuff out. Like she makes the game plan, and I have to like execute it. It's how it usually. Okay. So we use an app, to kind of see everything. Yeah, look at that. Usually the day of, and go make sure does I have thawed for this? If it needs to be thawed, because we buy groceries a week ahead. A lot of times we freeze it just to give us a little bit of wiggle room because stuff goes bad faster and faster these days. It seems like. But yeah, well, for example, like Monday this week, I have small, younger kids, so they have an event every night of the week almost. There's somebody has somewhere. So we all decided to go watch a soccer match with a 5-year-old on Monday, which gets done at 6:15. And it's 25 minutes. So I'm in it up. So we had 2 cars, and she goes, "You go find food." Because we weren't going to come home and cook whatever. I don't even know what's on the meal plan for this week. Let me look, actually. Monday night was supposed to be, and we don't always play around, it was supposed to be a chicken thigh with mushroom and shallots, like a pan, like roasted thing. Ended up making it last night, which was Wednesday. So it got pushed. So we have what happens is we have ingredients for all these things laying around, and I'll hit the middle of the week and go, I don't want to make that. I don't have time to make that, but I can make something quicker with the same types of items I have. There's a chicken thighs laying around, or there's ground beef or ground something else, or there's pasta, or there's a sauce or mushroom. It ends up being, let me just throw something together in a pan.
Chicken thighs, slow cooker. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Like you just stick it in the old crock pot. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So then you don't have to cook when you get home. You just pull them out, you flavor them up however you want. You could either put them with pasta, put them with cauliflower rice, put them with, oh my gosh. Chicken thighs is where it's at. But the fun part is you got to trick your kids. When you take the thigh out, pull the bone out because they'll never expect it. Cook it with the bone for the flavor. Pull the bone out so when they cut through it, they don't have to fight with the bone.
Yeah, we do a lot of boneless stuff around here, but they don't. They love chicken, so that's not their problem. Going back to cauliflower rice, we get it, this is probably bad. I get frozen cauliflower rice.
Oh my gosh, I knew you were going to say that.
I do.
We're so not friends.
What I do with it though is I put it in a skillet. And it kind of gets in the extra moisture off of it. And I make one of my favorite things is Mexican rice, cauliflower rice. But you're using all the same ingredients, and it's it tastes almost. The texture's a little off, but it's almost identical, and it passes really well. So it's easy.
I love it. I love it. If people aren't doing it, they're missing out.
Yeah. Aaron, you have any more questions about the easy stuff?
I saw that you tried out for MasterChef. I am like, my husband and I are obsessed with MasterChef and Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
How was it meeting Gordon Ramsay?
So we met Gordon actually as part of our daughter's Make-A-Wish. So she was diagnosed with leukemia a week after her 16th birthday. So we got to go out there and hang out with him for that. And then he had us come back out for a taping of MasterChef, which was super cool. Yeah. Like Gordon's the nicest guy in the world. People you see the TV personality. So nice. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And he's got kids around Shelby's age. So he really gravitated to her, and it was a great bond. He inspired her to go to Johnson & Wales in Charlotte for school, which was great. Chef Andy stayed in touch with her. Marino stayed in touch with her. But the part that I tell people that's just shocking is when we're on the set of MasterChef, Joe Bastianich was feeding us caviar on the side of the set. Like he's spoon feeding my daughter and I caviar.
Oh my gosh.
Like, this dude is legit.
I love
So
Joe.
when I tried out for season 10, we'd already been behind the scenes and everything else. I knew there was going to be a conflict, but they let me go through the entire process, like in-person stuff and everything else. As a matter of fact, the beer I'm drinking is my smoked bacon stout that I made to go with my sandwich, which was a pulled pork grilled cheese sandwich on brioche bread with a Napa cabbage red wine vinegar slaw, and then I had the smoked bacon stout on the side.
Amazing.
So yeah, ton of fun.
Was there American cheese on that sandwich?
What's that?
Was there American cheese on that sandwich?
There was Gruyere, sir. We took it up just a little bit. But I'll tell you what's funny. So he's had the same producer forever, and she's kind of a hard ass. Like she's a tough Brit. and she says, "You're either really stupid or really brave to make a grilled cheese sandwich for MasterChef."
All right.
I'm like, well, I'm going to go as really brave. And so little by little, they just kept moving me through the process. I thought, well, dang, maybe they don't remember I've actually seen this stuff. They might let me come. Oh, well, it's all worked out.
How far did you get?
I mean, I was down to the final cut for LA, but they just couldn't let me come out. Like I was in the final 200. I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. So I'll get on one of those big shows. Netflix was fun, but there'll be another one. I'm sure.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Those of you who may not know, new listeners, Jim was on the best leftovers ever on Netflix last year. It was only one season of that, I believe, right?
So far, yeah.
So far, fun show. If you haven't watched it, go check it out.
Super
very
fun.
Interesting.
I tell everybody, watch episode 1 to get the gist of it, then watch episode 2 to cheer me on, and after that, I don't care. But you know what? This actually brings up a good question. So what do you keep in your fridge? Leftovers. Don't waste your stinking leftovers. Don't leave them in there for a week either. Like, you've got to be careful. 4 days is probably about the max, but repurpose your leftovers. Like, there's good stuff in there that you could use in another way. I mean, shoot, you could put anything in a taco. My goodness, right? Pot roast in a taco. Leftover rotisserie chicken in a taco. Everything goes in a taco. Just don't tell those French people because they don't like our Taco Tuesdays.
No, we don't like the French people, so it's
There you go. But we do like French fries and French dressing and French bread. That's from a movie in the 80s. I don't know if anybody will
yeah. French dressing, that's
it's
on
disgusting.
topic probably. Is it even French? Like ranch dressing should be probably called American dressing, right? I mean, that's better. So one more topic here before we go too far here. So one of the things that I love to do is smoke meat. I know, Jim, you have a smoker. You've made a brisket or two yourself. Megan loves to do it. So what is your idea of a way? Because that's another one of those things that can be intimidating. You see this great food on Instagram or on YouTube or you watch these barbecue shows and they're spending 36 hours smoking something stupid, or whatever for a really long time. They got these massive pits that are on trailers. Like, regular guy at home, I want to make my own pulled pork, or I want to make some rib. Like, what can I do? And I've got the stuff, but if a listener says, I want to be like Jim, or I want to be like Biggun and make a bunch of ribs, at home, but I don't want to spend $2,000 on a smoky crock pot for the backyard, right? How would you get started there?
The easiest way for you to smoke meat is, honestly, you buy a Lucky Strike because you don't want the filter. Stick it in a pork shoulder, light the cigarette, you're good to go. You got smoking meat.
How many packs you need for that, you think?
At least 2. So, this is funny, too, because I'm actually glad you brought this up, because I did an episode on this specifically because I use a cabinet smoker and it uses chips. I'm not using the pellets. I like to stay involved in it. So if you want to just try this out just for fun, my grandfather used to smoke our turkey every Thanksgiving on just one of those Weber kettles. So he would set indirect heat off to one side. He'd open his vents to get it to go towards the turkey. He'd have it out there for about 8 or 9 hours. But once your coals get white hot, you put some wet chunks on there and it creates the smoke. And then while everything is kind of smoldering over there, that smoke just circulates through that kettle. I mean, you could get a Weber kettle for, I got one for the camper, I think for like $30, $40, cheap. So that's one way. So you can use charcoal that's got real hardwood in it and then add chunks to it. Just wet the chunks first. So Brian, let me ask you this. What kind of wood do you use?
It depends on my mood, but I buy the chunks. I buy big chunks, but I have right now I've got cherry and pecan in my stash. Before I bought these, I think I was using apple and I forget what else. I usually keep 2 around. So
yeah, and so I like where you're going with that, because you got the nut, the fruit. A lot of people, they go just way overboard and they'll buy hickory or mesquite because they've seen it on TV.
Yeah.
You need to have something that's super beefy, fleshy. Like, that's a very, very strong flavor. If you were going to smoke like steaks, like some T-bones, where it's not going to be over the wood for a long time, you'd use one of those. Like the fruited woods, the pecan and stuff, those all work really well. And the chunk's great for that. Now, if you want to go another route, let's just say you have a gas grill. You can buy these little boxes. They're smoker boxes. They're like $12 on Amazon. I'm not touting Amazon. Find it at a local place if you can. Give somebody local your money, but $12.
Yeah.
You just take the wood chips, put it in there off to the side on a low heat burner while you have no heat over on the other side. And again, same thing. You create airflow. So you could get into smoking meat for $12 plus a bag of chips, $5. Yeah. I mean, nothing. And then if you're like me, you've got a fire pit you built in your backyard that's got all that nice stone. Shoot, you could do it right over there. You just put some coal and some wood. Mm-hmm. I actually wrap meat up, shove it down in the coal to finish it off. So none of this costs money.
Yeah.
This stuff is super, super cheap compared to whatever. And then you could be that one guy that wants to cook in the cafeteria. And so he takes a holder and sticks it inside of a crock pot with liquid smoke, puts a lid on it, and goes back 9 hours later. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can eat it. You can eat it that way. Yeah. To me, I think if you have a grill that you can make a 2-zone fire on,
yep,
you're ahead of the game, right? That's the trick. And I know some gas grills will do a front and back. I think it gets a little more complicated.
Absolutely.
If you have a left and right burner, you're golden. You need that 2-zone with any grill, really. But to smoke, you want to have that indirect all the time, right?
And that's exactly it. It's the indirect. So if you're afraid something's getting too warm, put some aluminum foil under it, because aluminum foil is obviously going to dissipate heat really, really easily, because you want the smoke to do its job, not the actual heat. The heat, 225 to 250. I mean, if you have to go buy a little thermometer to stick on there, whatever, but 225 to 250 will get you going for just about anything.
Yeah. Yeah. What would you suggest as like a first? So let's say someone does spend some money on a couple $100 on a smoker. What's the thing you want to cut your teeth on, you think? So
they make some bullet smokers. I don't know if you've seen these where they've got the rack that goes down in them. They're electric. You could put the temperature you want, 250, put the smoke chips in this little thing on the outside, close that lid, just walk away. 10 hours later, you just come back and it's ready to go. If you just want quick and easy, those things work like a champ. The downside is because they're in this basket, it's hard to really check on the meat. If you wanted to spend about $400, brands like Charbroil and some of those others actually have these cabinets with a glass door and the chips go inside of them. They have a digital thermometer on them. You can actually put a thermometer inside the meat to really manage it. You can set the time, the temperature. They've got a remote control for them. So even at $400, you're in pretty good shape.
Yeah, there's a lot of options out there. I use a pit barrel, which is a drum smoker.
Yeah.
After you buy all the accessories, it's about it's $300 in the box, but then you have to get a cover and a different grill cover gate. Yeah. There's always accessories. So when you're budgeting for your grill stuff, make sure you add some extra. Yep. So you're not flipping meat with your fingers like Mojo does.
Oh my gosh. Did you buy the Bluetooth little thermometer or did you do the wireless?
I don't have the Bluetooth one. There's a meter, about the meter, that thing?
Yeah.
I want it. I really want it. Yeah. They're expensive. They're $100 a probe, right?
Yeah.
I do have a wireless system, but there's still a lot of wires. It's I forget what brand it is. One of the popular ones, but
okay. So I'm curious. I see a smile, and I see somebody that's not paying any attention to smoked meat. I feel like we just figured out we have a vegetarian on the show. Or something.
No. I don't think that's true.
Well, I'll tell you, smoking meat is probably one of my favorite things to do. And if you can get it right, like you can feed an army. I mean, smoked chicken wings, oh my gosh, 3 hours at 225.
Yeah.
They're just through the roof. They're incredible. But my only caveat is I tell everybody, don't buy the barbecue sauce for this stuff. If you're going to put 12 to 14 hours into that piece of meat, the first and last thing people are going to taste is the sauce. It should not come out of a jar that you paid $1.25 for at the local grocery store because it was on the sale rack. You should either make your own sauce or find a high quality sauce that's going to emphasize what you did instead of take away from it because it's full of corn syrup.
Strong words. What's that, Benjamin?
I'll just say good point.
Yeah. So I think Aaron was like Googling what kind of smoker to buy back there.
I don't smoke meats. I just asked Brian to send me the things that he smokes.
Oh, I heard you smoke other things, but they're not legal in this state yet. So
yeah.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
All right. So, you guys have any more questions for Jim before we cut him loose here?
Uh-oh.
That's good seeing you again, man.
Yeah.
You too. This has been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to do this at least once a year. We're just going to send Biggun off. Where should he go next, though? Let's think about where should we send him next year?
Yeah. So we did Italy.
Yeah.
I think what Biggun takes Japan. Maybe that'd be a good one.
That would be interesting.
Learn
Yeah.
how to make ramen.
I'm getting some Ghostbusters vibes just thinking about it, but
So please put this on your agenda next week. I want to hear what he thinks of wine in Italy, because I've got to tell you, we went there. Gosh, it was probably about 4 years ago. Yeah, it was 4 years ago. And like Tuscany has some of the best wine I've ever had in my life. And you can only get Chianti Classico from 7 wineries in the Tuscan region because they have a certain purity law, kind of like German beer and things like that. And I guarantee you, he's not going to know the difference between that and Ripple.
I do know that he enjoyed the wine in Italy.
Okay.
So I know that much.
They went to a vineyard. So.
I'll let him fill in the details next week. I've already heard a little bit of it, but
I don't know if they make muscadine wine in Ity, though, so I'm not sure what he was drinking.
Oh.
Vomit.
On that note, we're going to shut things down here. So make sure you check out all our socials on our website, sfpradio.com. Next week, again, we are going to talk with Jeffrey Holtzclaw to get started in our series about deconstructing church. So again, Jim, thanks for hanging out with us, guest hosting. It was a great time. So let's see, what's his Biggun's call sign? I can't remember what it is now, but y'all be good now.
Keep looking up.